Alright, so every once in a while on this channel, we get to covering stories that are either funny or outliers or a little bit of both, right? One character that's had probably the craziest ride on my channel throughout the years is Wolverine. We've taken him from everywhere from beating Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku with debates to losing to deer and showing his jobber moments throughout the years. But what if I told you at one point Wolverine became God, the ruler of all creation, literally creation itself? Today I'm going to cover that story, cover this wildly outlier version of Wolverine. If you like videos like this, content like this, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to hit the subscribe and notification bell if you haven't already, because sometimes YouTube won't tell you I am putting out content unless you have the bell on. Now, also, make sure to check out Coffee Shop members. Links in the video description. They are fellow content creators that make amazing content, and I definitely think you'll like them if you like my channel. But I'm going to cover this story involving Wolverine, discussing what happened, how strong he got, and just in general, God Wolverine, how strong he is. So this story, of course, takes place in one of the old X-Men anniversary runs in the it started in the 60s and on. And in this one, the X-Men, which included the likes of characters like Storm, Havoc, Wolverine, and Phoenix Jean Grey, among others, were pitted against essentially this new character named Horde, or at least new to me. I'd never seen him before. So anyways, this new guy, Horde, right? He had this talisman or some kind of device that essentially granted whatever power the user wanted, and at this point, it was the power of creation. So, you know, when he first shows up and confronts the X-Men, he's like, yo, what up? Pulls up, my name's Horde, new bad guy. And he starts scrapping them. They're just, at this point, they're used to getting pulled up by random threats. So the entirety of the roster, you know, kind of sets forth on them. Nothing really happens. Horde tanks it, even from characters like Phoenix Jean Grey. And then he grabs Storm, and he's like, yo, you look like one of my side hoes. And he kisses her and throws her away. Like, it started getting real. At that point, Wolverine was not happy, because around this time, Wolverine, if you didn't know, throughout Marvel Comics, he's hooked up with several women throughout typically the X-Men roster. At this point, he kind of had a special relationship with Storm, so seeing this happen really bothered him. Also, at this point, Horde had the ability to, like, transmute characters, and they, like, had this weird dream or something like that where it basically made them transmute, right? And Wolverine at this point was like, yo, none of our attacks are working, but our best chance to take him down is me because of my healing factor and my claws. I might be able to cut the hoe, right? So he gets eventually near Horde, scratches him. He's scratched, all this, you know, it's a crazy sequence. And then eventually Wolverine is the one that ends up with the power. Now, this is the most important part, discussing the sequence and how strong Wolverine was portrayed in this moment. Wolverine specifically at that moment stated he could see it all. Everything in reality, down to the smallest level, down to the abstract. He could see and literally encompassed all of creation. He stated this must be what it feels like to have the full power of the Phoenix. You literally can feel all of creation. This is crazy because, of course, bare minimum, he's referencing the power residing over the infinite multiverse in Marvel. And, you know, Phoenix itself, just comparing to that power, threatened pre-retcon Beyonder a couple times with raw power. Stated to be stronger than the Macan Crystal, which is the nexus of all realities, which should be hyperversal. Is stated to be the fire of creation, and scale above even the gods. So overall, being compared to the raw power of the Phoenix Force, is absurd. I believe at this point, with the way Wolverine is, how he scales in this story, because he doesn't hold the power for long, because he basically looked at it like, oh my God, I'm God. Like, that's what he said, but he's like, I have no interest in God. That's just not my place in the world. I know who I am. I'm Wolverine the Hunter. You know, I don't act like God. That has no power over me. He's not interested in that at all. So that level of power doesn't sway him that way at all. So he got rid of it almost immediately. But at that point, in my opinion, it's fair to say he scales above stuff like the Macan crystal. Like I said, that's at least hyperversal. But really, just given, like, even without the crystal, scaling to the Phoenix Force and AP is ridiculous. Like I said, threatened pre-retcon Beyonder. Gods don't have control over Phoenix Force. It's the cycle of creation. The white hot room, which is supposed to be the heart of creation, resides within the Phoenix. It can't even manifest itself properly within dimensionality. So it actually is high outer versal in its true form, but just inside of creation is probably high hyper. But of course, going all out, this Wolverine should be outer versal, and at one point was literally the god of creation once he had this power. But of course, got rid of it real quick, just literally panels later. So we never really got to see anything wild occur with Wolverine in this state. But anyways, what do you guys think of this? What do you think of Outlier God Wolverine, Rune King Wolverine? How strong do you think he was? How strong of an opponent do you think he could take down? Definitely let me know. This was a interesting story. It's only one issue, kind of a spinoff with Horde, who is a randomly OP villain with the potential to take down all of creation, but of course he failed because the X-Men got in his way. And Wolverine, who literally said, it was kind of weird in this story, he said his like soul was attached to every cell in his body, so if he has the power to, he can always come back from literally just one cell, because his soul and power will be within it. He was able to resist and take down Horde, and ultimately came out on top, and even at one point was literally God. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy YFE. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see y'all later. Peace.